More than 90% of people marry by the age of 50. That is according to the American Psychological Association. Divorce rates are an all-time high at 50%. That's crazy. One out of every two couples will get divorced. And because 90% of people will get married, which most likely includes you, you should care about recognizing the signs of divorce. Being in an unhappy marriage causes lots and lots of stress, and stress reduces your life expectancy. Yeah. Also, being in an unhappy marriage hurts children. The opposite of being in a happy marriage helps children, protects them, allows them to have better grades in school. Now, the first sign of having a divorce is having what is known as a harsh startup. What is a harsh startup? It is how the conflict begins. According to the Gottman Institute, 96% of the time you can tell you can predict the outcome of a conversation based on the first 3 minutes of the interaction. How can you tell if you are having harsh startups in your relationship? There are 5 points to consider. You could answer yes or no. Number one, my partner is often very critical of me. I hate the way my partner raises an issue. Arguments often seem to come out of nowhere. Before I know it, we were in a fight. When my partner complains, I feel picked on. Now, here's an example of a harsh startup. So say your partner walks into the living room where you're relaxing after a hard day's work. With a sigh, your partner rolls their eyes and points the finger right at you and says, "You promised to empty the dishwasher today. Why are you always sitting there doing nothing? I'm very angry with you." Just as you hear the door slam as your loving partner exits the room. Now, how can we fix this? Do the opposite and create a soft startup. There are 4 ways to do that. Number one, give a complaint without attacking. Number two, make I statements rather than you statements. Three, without judgment, we describe our perspective, our thoughts, our ideas, our feelings, the facts of the issue. Number four, do not ignore the issues or store them on the wall with all the other hurts. Now, here is the same example, but applying those 4 principles. Your partner walks into the living room, appearing calm, and says, "I saw the dishwasher hasn't been unloaded. We agreed that you would unload that after work. I'm really upset." Can you tell the difference of the two? The differences are huge, and yet it's the same issue, but one is dealing with a soft startup and the other one with a harsh startup. A harsh startup will lead to what is known as the 4 horsemen, and they are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Criticism is an attack toward your partner. Contempt is when we treat others with sarcasm, ridicule, name calling, or even body language such as eye rolling. Defensiveness is when we feel accused of something we, we did not do. We try to look for excuses after being accused of something. Stonewalling is just shutting down and doing nothing and not talking about anything. That is when everything is piling up. Uh, the next sign of divorce is flooding, which is when all the emotions and all the comments your partner is making are coming at you. And how can you tell if you're involved in flooding? Is listen to your body. Your body language will tell you if you're having flooding. John Gottman, the Gottman founder of the Gottman Institute, said that one of the most apparent of these physical reactions is that the heart speeds up, pounding away at more than 100 beats per minute. So listen to your body when you're having conflict. If flooding is happening, address it. The last sign I wanted to talk to you about was having failed repair attempts. It is hard. It's hard to stop when you get to this point unless you have rules set up between you and your partner. The first thing you need to do is sit down with each other and figure out some of these rules. For example, having a timeout when you notice that a conversation is getting really rough. Just call the timeout and each of you go do something on your own or change the topic of conversation to something fun that you both enjoy. This is a call to action to each one of you to make sure that you are aware of these signs as to fix them before they keep going on. Do not put them away. For doing so will have lasting effects on your children and on you. There will be rough times, but think of it this way. A report issued by the Institute of American Values suggests that couples who had rated their marriages as very unhappy, 80% of them said they were happily married 5 years later. So if you feel you are in hard times with your partner and there's no turning back, work through things because happier times are ahead.